Hey guys, welcome back to Walkin Industry. Here we explore different industry around Taiwan. And today we have a very special guest, Dr.Kang, and he's going to share his experience in engineering and robotic construction. Thank you for attending, Dr. Kang.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you.
Professor, could you kindly begin by sharing some background about your career?
Okay. I want to start from my research career. I got my PhD at Stanford University in the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering. And I had a background of a structural engineer, so I know how to design a building, a bridge. And then when I went to Stanford, I want to study the construction management and want to know how to build the bridge, the building. And then I figured out that the labor shortage will be a problem everywhere very soon. So in my research time, my PhD research focused on how to use robot to build a building. And it was very, very innovative ideas. By the time it's not many robots, it's not even AI around the practical environment. But we try to do something from the scratch, from the simulator, from the mathematics model, and so on. So that's the start of the research. And after getting the PhD, I came back to Taiwan, and I went to National Taiwan University, also in Department of Civil Engineering. And then I continued my research on robots and automation. So it's not a popular area at the time. It was in early 2000. It's not very popular. So I guess we are maybe one of the only a few labs working on robotics in construction by the time, but now become very, very popular. Almost all the university with civil engineering departments start thinking how to use robot to reduce the impact from the short of labor.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that it's not that popular during that time, but what factors drive you to want to enter this kind of market or industry?
Yeah, I always want to look into the industry. The history. So when I was a PhD student, I really enjoy going to the library, reading the books, especially construction projects. Yeah, I still remember there are many old pictures showing how the building was built or how the bridge was built. So I am fascinated by all the history stuffs. And I always think, what's the differences between the construction 100 years ago and the construction today? Yeah. So that's a question I always ask myself, and we see a lot of differences in terms of the for example, the human resources. In 100 years ago, there's nearly no female worker in the fields, and no very, very few female engineer. I guess it's no. And 100 years later, there's a lot of differences in the organization, in the way, but the way of building is exactly the same. The construction machines, excavator, the trucks, has been 100 years, not much different. You could go back to see the history, it's not much different. So as a researcher in the frontier of construction automation or construction management, I'm always thinking, what kind of machine or what kind of working environment for the future construction. And we had the idea that we call the manless construction. We imagine in the future, the engineer, they don't need to go into the construction site. They just type the computer and enter and then go back home. And the next day, the building has been built. So that's the dream in my PhD time. I share the dream with all my students. hopefully they don't blame me that they cannot find a job by doing that. But some of my students, they really addict to this direction, and now they found a very, very good job, teaching job in good university all over the world. So that's about, I just squeeze my research experience about 20, 30 years to maybe 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool if we can just sit beside and watch a building to being built up, and that means that we can also mitigate the risk of human error or like getting danger or injured or what. I think another very good point is, how do you think artificial intelligence evolve over time, and how does that contribute to your work?
Yeah, without people in the site, right? So you need a machine understand what's going on and what's the machine need to complete next, right? So the artificial intelligence is quite reasonable coming into the solution.
How did you actually envision the future of construction?
It's happening, short of labor everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's also happening that construction, the demands for construction increasing. So no matter what happening, for example, even the AI is become a trend.
Yeah.
So did you have any thoughts on where are the server of the construction, how to construct the server of the huge AI computation center?
Yeah.
So I talked to one of the largest AI center developer in Taiwan. They're also a very big startup invested by Google and NVIDIA. And the founder told me that they are looking for the sites in Japan, and he told me that he is always finding the location very close to a nuclear power plant. Near, in Japan there's many nuclear power plant, because they can get a power right away, because the nuclear power plant during the nighttime they generate a lot of power, but if nobody uses this kind of waste, so they can take the advantage of the lower price of power, and also location near the nuclear power plant. Nobody want to go there, so they can put just a gigantic AI power center over there. But even building the center require a lot of construction, right? Not mentioning a better high-speed railroads. And in Taiwan, you see a lot of the MRT system now. Taipei still construction. The new Taipei city is constructing the MRT system, and Taichung, Kaohsiung, I don't know Tainan, but everywhere. So I have many friends in construction fields. They are super busy. They are too busy to talk. Yeah. And not mentioning Canada. I live in Canada before. A lot of new construction always. And this is a developed country, right? Oh, not mentioning the developing country. They need infrastructure very badly. So short of labor becoming issue everywhere. And young people, they don't want to work in the construction site. So they have a much more better choices. So there will be a big problem. So if you ask me how I envision the future of construction, of course, better degree of automation is the trend. Which is in my field. Yeah. I just give you a little bit number to show the my field is starting from very, very insignificant fields to now very significant fields. I don't know whether in the academic publication, there's a number called impact factor. The impact factor, the high impact factor means a lot of people are aware of the paper, so cited paper. Yeah. So usually the impact factor less than 1 is very, very low. It's insignificant research, and if 5, 6, 7 is good, and 10 is really good, right?
Yeah.
So in construction, in civil engineering fields, I was in civil engineering department, right? The most significant research is in hydraulic. Anything regarding to the hydraulic will be really high impact factor because of course water is important, and they always like a 9 or 10. So our research started from a 0.3 or 0.5 when I was young researcher, master degree or PhD is very, very low. And I just went to the website and see now the paper I publish already impact factor is more than 10. It's like 11 or 13. So only 20 years. So from very insignificant to very significant. So in the future, I will say it's more significant. Yeah. And so because the demand is higher, the supply is lower. So automation level will be important. And anything between, for example, improving the environment for the working environment for the construction worker will be also important. And also the use of robotics, AI to reduce the engagement of people is also important. And of course, the material or the way of building or the way of design become also important. For example, when I was in Canada, I focused on the modular home. So now the building builds, and then you decorate all the different rooms, right? But the modular home, they build everything in the factory, and then send to the site and assemble. So it reduces a lot of on-site labor. And in the factory, you can hire people because there's a machine help. So many female worker working in very safe environments, and they go to the work in the very regular hours. So that's very good. And especially in Canada, it's very cold during the winter time. So factory also allow people working during the very super cold environment because you have a heater in the factory.
Yeah.
So now we're going to talk about Dr. Kang, your company is named Jubo, right?
Yep.
Do you want to share about what it's about and what do you envision in it?
Jubo is a company developing we call the nursing information system, helping the nursing home or the adult daycare center and home care agency to accumulate their paperwork, the patient data, and also helping develop the nursing plan, and also helping record all the nursing information and to help the nurses to know what to do next. Yeah, so it's very data-driven system. So we need to collect all the data, process all the data. And the goal of the system is to reduce the paperwork of the nurses. We know there's short of nurses is also the problem everywhere. So I'm addicted to those type of problem. And we went to when I was in NTU, I got my students went to the nursing home to observe the work of the nurses, and we found they only spend 40% of the time in the bedside taking care of the patient, 60% of the time on the paperwork, including the writing the records, including communication. The reason behind having the paperwork is to store the information and communicate to different disciplines, right?
Yeah.
And also the administration work. So they still need to have a meeting from one shift to another shift. So they spend a lot of time on this type of data exchange or information exchange stuffs. So we believe the automation system or mobile devices or AI or even IoT cloud environments can help significantly for the nurses' work.
Well, I think so. In your perspective, do you think that automation is actually a future opportunity to help people or replace people?
Yeah, in the nursing home, now we are doing the automation of paperwork. So we are looking to the computer system, and we figure out we are not replacing the computer the paperwork by computer. We are actually building the communication platform. So the communication platform is all the handheld devices, nurses, family members, even the elderly people, they are using the handheld device. And with the cloud service, with the AI support. So for example, the elderly got a measurement from the blood pressure measurements, and then the number looks not right. And then the AI analyze the result and directly send to the nurses responsible for this elderly, or the doctor or family member, how you need to taking care of your family. So that's the system we want to build. So we want to automate the information transformation. Now, the nursing home, the nurse take the measurement blood pressure, write down, type in, oh, there's something wrong, call the doctor, call the family. It takes like 3 hours to figure this out if you are lucky to find a very good nurse. And sometimes the number is just hidden by a lot of numbers, right? But AI can help the communicates and automates the communication flow. So that's the true value I believe the AI and the digital solution can bring in to reduce the labor, the caregiver, or even become the caregiver, because AI can predict or alert or notify someone to help you. So it become the kind of the virtual caregiver or the ambient caregiver around you.
After the whole talk, I just feel like the whole game is all about to improve the efficiency of the work, right?
Yeah, the operation.
Yeah.
The people talk about AI in healthcare. Yeah. And from my point of view, there are three direction using AI. One is a better assessment. So you find the problem, identify the problem more easily. So assessment will be one direction. The second one is a treatment. So you cure the disease or solve the problem with AI solution or AI plus robot and so on. So AI can solve the problem cannot be solved before. But my interest is operation. So if you look into the healthcare system, from the hospital to the long-term care facility or even the daycare center, the system is not connected. Yeah. So compare with for example, solar industry, everything connected, right? Even food industry, it's more automation, right? Manufacture everything. But the healthcare industry and the construction industry are the least automation, degree of automation. I happen to in these two area, and I see a lot of similarity between construction industry and healthcare, and I'm eager to develop the solution to reduce the problem, and I feel I am contribute to society in many ways.
Is there a quote or something, a story or something you remember from as you are a child and it follows you throughout?
I have a very bad memory. I have a very bad memory. But if you want me to say some quotes for young people, I would say maybe my quotes again. So my quote is I want to solve the social problem with technologies. So that's actually my quote. I'm the researcher, I'm an engineer, but I want to solve the social problems with technologies. So I research the problem, and I also develop the technology. I hope the technology can solve the problem.
Okay. Thank you for attending our interview today, and we definitely so appreciate your attendance. And to all the Walkin audience, here's the episode 3 ending. And if you have any questions, just comment below. We're going to reply to you as soon as possible. Thank you.